Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is a very exciting video, at least I think it's exciting. If you guys have been following me for a while, you would have seen me do this video here. It was a video kind of going through what tattoos I might want to get in the future, kind of like just like some ideas I had at the time. And it's been 2 years.
Have you ever had a dream that you had?
I filmed this on the 16th of May 2023. It's been over 2 years. Okay, so obviously a lot has changed since then. I've got some of the tattoos I talked about in the video, some of them I don't. I've got new ideas now, but I thought we would watch it together and kind of like discuss what's going on. So here is the video. Okay, so let's start watching. This is insane. This is one of the videos I actually haven't gone back and rewatched. Quick pause just to mention the green hair. Okay, I think I look bomb in green hair. No matter what anyone says, I know I look amazing. I know I look hot with green hair. Let's just appreciate the green hair era, okay? Let's just appreciate it. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead to when I actually show the tattoos, because if you actually want to watch the whole video, I'll have it linked down below. But we don't need to hear me yapping. No. So I'm gonna skip past all my mumbo jumbo. Okay, so I actually still have these on my Procreate app. It's so crazy. I still have them, like down here at the bottom. And this is how I do all my tattoos now. So let me just give a little bit of a explanation of what I already have. So I'm going to put a couple photos on screen showing you what I already have, and all of these designs I've drawn myself. So what I've done is I've gone on Pinterest, looked at random photos I find different places, look at different landscape things, whatever it may be. I have like 3 or 4 references, and then I bring it all together and I pick out all the little bits I prefer. So I'll give you a couple examples of how I did it. As you can see, this one here, this is my back one, and there was 3 designs that I used to design this, along with my tattoo artist, who I will show here, link down below. Then, what has been different recently is I've started just drawing them on myself, which has been a really different experience. Like this one, for example, I drew at uni in the middle of a seminar. I took loads of different reference photos, and then I kind of, just redid it on Procreate, which has been a completely crazy experience to be able to do that. And my next one that I have designed that I want to get, I've also drew that on myself, and then I'm gonna later put it onto Procreate, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Once we watch this, I'll talk about the ones that I want now. Okay, so the tattoos I want here is the Will Be Alright TPWK and the little butterfly, little moth. As you should know, these are Harry Styles inspired tattoos, so he does in fact have the moth. Then the Will Be Alright and the TPWK is song lyrics / song names, and I did in fact get the Will Be Alright one. Now, I never got to see Harry in concert, but I really don't think that you have to have seen him sing Fine Line to be able to get this tattoo. I think it represents something more than just, I went to his concert. Of course, if you were able to go to his concert, that is absolutely amazing. I'm very happy for you. But for me, it kind of it represented more than Harry. It represents the entire movement of, like, One Direction, I guess. So I did not get 2 out of the 3 of these ones that I suggested to be on my left arm, and I didn't get that on my left arm. I got the Will Be Alright on my right arm, so this is the next little one that I thought I might get on one of my wrists. I think it was on my left wrist I was thinking about getting this. And I'm not going to get this exact thing. So this whole wave thing is like a design I've been just like doing, like scribbling in like my sketchbooks and stuff, just whenever I got bored. And I do think I want to incorporate that. Maybe not there, but I definitely do want to get something similar. I also have another idea for a little wave tattoo. As you know, we go to St Ives, Cornwall every year, and we do surfing, we do paddleboarding, we do rock climbing, we do a lot of stuff like that. So I had an idea because I always take like photos there with my camera. My idea was to take a photo of one of the waves, And then like the outline I'd be able to draw around it, so it'd be like an actual wave that I saw. And I got this inspiration from a tattoo I saw on Pinterest, and I really like the placement of it and everything. So I really would want something like this, but it'd have to be wave that I'd seen and that I drew from. So I kind of have like the same ideas that I did 2 years ago, but I've made them more meaningful. Even if it's just the spirals that I have that you saw, I'll give you a little bit of a backstory into them. So the reason why I got the spirals is the one on my back is inspired by Tangled. In college, we did this final year of college, we did this project. It was around like creating a mural around movie soundtracks, or just like soundtracks in general, and we could pick what we wanted. So I picked Tangled soundtrack because Tangled is amazing. It's got a good soundtrack.
I didn't want to have to do this, but you leave me no choice. Here comes the smolder.
Sin City was a maybe.
And as you know, Tangle has, the suns, a lot of like whimsical lines. So I just really fell in love with that kind of sun design. So that is what heavily inspired my back tattoo. And then also just like the fluid lines was kind of like, it's meant to be like how the music makes you feel, and that feeling's kind of the same as like waves to me. So that's how that came about. Then I already mentioned the spiral on my knees I drew at uni in a seminar, but the spirals isn't random. The final project, final semester of first year, we did a project around Richard Serra's verb list, and I was given the verb swirl. So all of my artwork was around swirling, and I realised that I've always kind of loved the swirling concept, and I really want to continue that in my art, especially because I do landscapes. I feel like it kind of, all kind of goes. So that's what inspired the next two, the one on my arm and the one on my knee. They're just heavily inspired by the spiral, and I was just really inspired. And I think it's going to be cool when someone's like, why do you have this spiral on your arm? And I'm be like, this links to my final semester at university studying fine art. Like, I just felt like it was perfect. Anyway, that was a really big detour. Moving on. Here we are. Okay, so this is for the inside of my left arm, and it's lyrics from a One Direction song. It says, to be loved, to be in love. And you guys might recognise that as song lyrics from a song. To be loved, to be in love. I actually really like this tattoo idea, and I have not thought about it in probably a year since I did since I did this, or like a little bit later than that. I have actually not thought about these lyrics in a while, but I am kind of vibing with it actually. Next one, okay. So I think this is on my right forearm here. As you can see, I did in fact get the Louis Tomlinson logo here, the little smile. No, it's not Marshmallow. No, it's not. Marshmallow is basically the main one. No, it's not Marshmallow. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's Louis Tomlinson. Louis Tomlinson, okay? Right, anyway. So I did in fact end up getting this one. I got these two at the same time for my 18th birthday from my parents. Now, just what else? I'm not mad at the skull. Not mad at the skull. If it could have a meaning, I vibe with it. Probably not here. Now, see, this is why now I try and design all my own tattoos, and they all kind of have some way of relating back to my life. Because in the future, if I end up not liking this spiral, like I said, at least it has a story. That noughts and crosses has a story for Louis. Does it have a story for me? No, it doesn't. I've already got a Louis tattoo. I don't need another one. So, apart from maybe song lyrics. But I think let's just move on, honestly.
Belly, cacao is the bean. It's what chocolate is made of. Look, the whole flavor profile depends on the bitterness of the dark chocolate and the sweet tartness of the raspberry.
Okay. It says, and the universe said, I love you because you are love. And as you probably know, this is a Minecraft end quote. I don't know what's worse. No, I do know what's worse. It's not the fact it's a Minecraft quote. It's the fact that it's in Minecraft font that gets me. we've got these 4, like, I don't know what they're called, arrow things, and they're really small, and they're reference to a music artist's tattoo. He has it massive on the back of his arm here. Don't even, because no. This was in 2023. I just realised, I swear Liam's tattoo has 5 lines. It's gonna be really embarrassing. Oh, okay, no. Got ya. I see now. His tattoo is in fact 4 lines, but when people get it tattooed, they do 5 lines to represent every member of One Direction. Got ya. Right. Anyway, this whole thing's just upsetting. Now this is sick, okay? I freaking love koi fish. Now, I don't know whether I would get it or not. I might, but I've recently made a new... This is my most recent tattoo design that I'm thinking of getting. And when I say thinking, I mean I literally drew it 4 days ago. And my rule is I've got to give it... My new rule, at least, is I've got to give it at least a month. At least a month, okay? And I think it'd be really nice, like, the other side of my spiral tattoos. Just like to, like, blend them in together. So that's quite a large one, but that's why I'm giving it probably 2 months. Probably 2 months. This is another one I was... Okay, I remember this one. I wanted to get the little star that Harry has. And honestly, I think I would. But I was messing around with this in one of my sketchbooks. I wouldn't want to get a... Let me try and find it, actually. I would not want to get a fully black star. That was never the intention. I want... This is my new thing I want to get. Where is it? Tattoos. I would want to get something like this, I think. Like a little leopard print, little cunty, like little star. Really into leopard print. I'm really vibing with it recently. So this would not be a choice right now because I want to make sure I continue vibing with leopard print, you get me? But I think I could imagine that under the arm. A little leopard print star. As we're on Pinterest, we might as well go through it. So this is my tattoo board on Pinterest. So let me talk through. This was the basis actually for my leg tattoo. Now, as you can see, the one I designed is quite similar. And my normal rule is I combine like 4 kind of different tattoo designs, and I will be doing that. The one I've done is the first draft of just drawing on my leg, just basically to see if I like the placement. So I will not be copying this, okay? I'll be taking elements from it. There's already a couple things like the spiral I would have shaded in to match my other spiral. So I wouldn't be copying that completely. This one here is I know this is henna, but these types of things like this ocean thing I'm really liking. There's another one that's like that. This one is really cool. Now, I went to Corfu this summer and it was absolutely amazing. And I thought what I could do is if I found like a flower I really liked, a shell I really liked, and like an animal I liked, I could get this tattoo. Let's go back up to the top. Right, it's just the vibe I'm going for, you know? Oh, they've got the wave. Right, beautiful. And of course, I'm drawing all of these. I'm not just taking a photo from Pinterest to my artist and going, this, I want this. Also, she would never let me. She would never let me do that. She'd be like, let me redraw it. Let me add some spice, pizzazz, you know. Again, this vibe, absolutely love. Love, love, love. Gorgeous, stunning, beautiful girl. This, love it. You know, this is such a nice vibe. Now, if you know me, you know I love frogs. Posted an entire video about frogs. So I had these frogs when I was a kid called Spotty and Speckles, and I kind of want to get a tattoo like to represent that. I don't exactly know how I'm going to do it because I don't think we have photos of them anymore. Like we had photos of them, but I don't know if we've got it anymore, and I don't really just want to get random frogs on me. so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. If I can't, because like this frog's like too similar to what an actual frog could be like, so if I can't find it, I might do something like this one, which is less actual frog, more symbolic, something like that. Cat, might want to get a cat tattoo. I've actually got the paw prints of my cats. One of my cats recently passed away, but I managed to get her paw print before that, so I would love to get that on some part of me, probably around my ankle or something. I love the idea of like these photo frame ones as well. I really like this one as well, actually. Like I would love something like that. Again, I think that would be it'd have to be quite a beachy one. So instead of, maybe this is another thought, instead of getting the 4 here, I'll get it down there. So then you only kind of see it like when you're at the beach. Then as you can see, this is where all the spirals start to come in. Then I actually have a tattoo appointment in 3 days where me and my sister are going to get matching sun and moon tattoos. Now I'll put it on the screen here. As you can see, I took inspiration from a couple different designs and I kind of came up with a couple things, and then I spoke with my artist and we kind of came to like a design that we could both do. So we're going to be getting that very shortly, which is very, very exciting. Here are just some other inspirations. Here's where the inspirations for the back tattoo came in. Then this one's cool. A little 444, little angel number. Mine angel numbers are 222, so might get that around my wrist or something, not quite sure yet. That's kind of my mood board currently for it, but the tattoos in the near future is the moon on me and the sun on my sister, and then that knee one, the other side of the knee. So that was actually the end of the YouTube video I filmed, and I can't believe it's been 2 years. That's actually crazy. But I'm really glad. This is why I post on YouTube, okay? I don't post for money, I don't really post for views, I don't really post for anyone else. I post for myself, so I can, it's literally just like a scrapbook at this point. Like it's just a documentary for myself. Like I go and rewatch my own videos so many times, okay? I freaking love it. It's like my favorite thing. I'm my favorite YouTuber. I'm my own favorite YouTuber. I'm so happy that I could like see what I wanted 2 years ago, and then I can make one 2 years later, and then hopefully in 2 years time, that would have been when I finished uni, I'll be able to see if I have any more tattoos, if I regret any tattoos, like what my mindset is on them. My current mindset about regretting tattoos is that I think as long as when you got them, you really loved them and you took some time to work out what you wanted, and if they were meaningful to you at the time and they represented a point in your life, then you can't regret them. You might not necessarily like them now, but you can never regret a tattoo that made you happy or represented a point in your life. Like my Louis Tomlinson, Harry Styles, One Direction one. In a couple years, I might not like this. We don't know. But I'll never regret it because someone will ask about it and I'll get to tell them about like 20 years of my life being like, this is what I love, you know. Same with the spiral, like I've said many times. I can talk about uni, I can talk about that, I can talk about my art. I truly believe that if it meant so much to you at the time, that you took the time to draw your design, talk to artists, go for the experience, I don't think that you can regret them as long as you take that time before getting them. Like I don't rush into them. As much as I want that leg one, I know it's a massive tattoo and it's a massive commitment. I really hope that I do this video in 2 years' time. I know this isn't my normal content really anymore. I know I'm doing more summer vlogs and like uni content, but please, please, please tell me if you like me reacting to my own old videos, especially because this one I wasn't really reacting to it. I wasn't listening to it. I was kind of just like looking at what's going on. If you want me to actually react to any of these videos, any of them, me staying in my pool for 12 hours, which people apparently still don't believe, and I did do it. The reason why it's 12 hours is because I wanted to do 24 hours in the pool. My mum told me no, because she was like, you might die, and I'm like, you know what, mother, that is fair. That's why it's 12 hours. Any of them, if you want me to react to any of them, I think it'd be so fun, because I rewatch them all the time. That's why they're all watched. But I love it. I love watching my own videos. So it might be entertaining. I mean, it's also going to be extremely painful and embarrassing for me, but I also want to apologise for the lighting. The sun's going in and out the clouds, so now my camera looks all hazy. Oh, I just made it so much worse. Okay, it's not getting any better. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.